Representative Clyde, where do you think the holdup is? Do you think it's an issue of the BMV transferring the records to the Secretary of State, or the Secretary of State disseminating those to the 88 boards of elections?
Part of this is hard to figure out what the problem is exactly, because we've been blocked by the Secretary of State from getting the public records that we've requested to try to do a more thorough investigation into this problem. It seems that there is some kind of backup, either with the BMV getting the data to the Secretary of State, or the Secretary of State transferring it to the 88 county boards of elections. Either way, I'm surprised that after this happened last November, and 100,000 Ohioans, or about 100,000 Ohioans were affected, that the problem was not fixed by the next election. So here we are again facing a major statewide election, and the problem hasn't been fixed.
You offered these as amendments, they both failed. I mean, do you have any hope that Republicans are actually going to accept them as a separate bill?
Well, this is the first time that we've offered the language after a second major failure by the BMV and the Secretary of State to transmit this data as they're required to do by federal and state law. So I think that the situation is even more urgent and more of a problem than it was before. And I think we're doing our duty as legislators to continue to point that out, and hope that this rises to the level of concern for our friends across the aisle as well. I will say, when I offered the amendment the first time in committee, the vice chair of the finance committee said he thought that this was a good idea, but it should be something that we proposed in separate legislation. Here we are. I hope that we can take him at his word and get some support of our Republicans across the aisle for this important legislation.
All right, thank you very much.